Well, guys, I'm really sorry about this, but it's the country I'm living in. In my country where I live, power can go and spend close to 10 hours without returning. I was planning to bring you the story of Mason Greenwood, now a free man, because all his cases were dropped. And guess what happened? Power chucked. Just returned now. How many hours? Close to 6 hours of no power. And here I am to come here and really bring you the Mason Greenwood story. But I was planning to bring it to you and tell you that the cases have been dropped and give you my opinion. Guys, shit happened, but that's the country where we are right now. But I believe as we really grow and really become a bigger channel, maybe we'll raise resources to really get energy reserving components that will see us really present to you anytime. Because sometimes news comes in through when power's shocked and has left. No, it really sounds awkward to some people who live in other countries, but in the country I live, power can live for even a day. So thank you very much for watching in through. Rokan David is back, and I really brought you the Sibitsa story, and I've really liked the reception from you guys, not so? So thank you for keeping it United Matters channel. Rokan David is my name, and let's get into this because it is really something that has really gone ahead to happen for long, and even United have issued a statement. Mason Greenwood has also gone ahead to issue a statement, so we're here to let you know about everything and what has been happening and trending as far as Mason Greenwood is concerned. And before this story of Mason Greenwood came in through, the Manchester United 29-year-old defender known as Varane throw in a towel for the national team. So, for the national team of France, meaning that he's dedicated 100% to club football and is not going to be playing club football again. And I think if you play like Varane, you deserve to go on and do that, because what else are you going to offer to your country? 2 World Cup finals in 2 consecutive World Cups, miss out on it narrowly. Obviously, Messi took it, and I believe he deserved to go ahead and do it. Now, let's drop into the Mason Greenwood story. Greenwood, you all know what he has been going in through. Lots of stories have been asked to me, and I had told you that the court had really laid a date of the 20th of November this year to give its final judgment if at all the CPS or the prosecutors of the law in UK had really collected enough evidence to pin Mason Greenwood, and if at all the person that was really pinning Mason Greenwood and ready to give in the evidence was ready to come in through and really say, all right, and give her side, like coming in and pinning Mason Greenwood in front of law. But obviously that never happened. Greenwood was back with the girlfriend who really brought all this, why we got all to this side. And obviously it looked like they never had evidence and they really dropped the charges, and that's the reason as to why the charges of Greenwood got dropped. And we are told statement from the Greater Manchester Police: criminal proceedings against a 21-year-old man in connection with an investigation opened in January 2022 have today been discontinued by Central Prosecution Service. Reason is the person that was bringing in the evidence came out and said, I'm out of the case. And we know why she was out of the case. They resolved their issues with Greenwood. Then Greenwood even sent her some flowers, bought her clothes. Greenwood had violated or breached the bail, and he was even arrested again in November. Then, after spending 1 day in cell, he was released. And after him being released, he went back to his home. Now, ever since then, he has not violated bail, but police has not been getting the best of evidence they deserved from the girl, that is Robinson, who really came out and pinned Greenwood for being a person who really a person who violated her sexual rights, beat her up. You heard other audios, I don't want to go back to that, but obviously everything has been dropped. Now, where does this lead us to? One, we in Africa, we have 2 communities. We are having the African community and we are having the Western community. We in Africa, these are really simple stuffs. And we are just getting to know that beating up someone in a relationship, whether a woman is beating a man or a man is beating a woman, is really punishable by law. And there is a certain girl who beat up her girlfriend for cheating on her lover. She has just been in prison for 3 years. You get? So that means it's punishable. It's a punishable offense, and we should learn that in the Western world, children come first, women come second, animals come third, men come last. So in this situation, the girl really reported Greenwood, and Greenwood was charged. Then the case have been dropped. So that's the reason as to why the CPS has really pulled out of the case, because they never had enough evidence to pin the player. Now, where does it leave Mason Greenwood? Now, there are people I've seen on Twitter coming out and saying Greenwood shouldn't play for the club of Manchester United anymore. You get? I believe that is really over the sleeve. It's over the sleeve because, you know, public court has its own judgment, and that's where the case of Greenwood is right now. But I think it's really going to be a long story, because it will involve the corporate sponsors of Manchester United. The players are going to be given a chance to give their audience about Greenwood because of their reactions when Greenwood was acquitted. Was not acquitted, by the way. You see what I'm telling you about? That is what it's all about here in this country. And now Powers just quit. I had said the video. But let's continue talking about this. Let's continue talking about this. So it's back now. So that's what we are into. And I believe you've seen it. I've not been really giving an excuse, but that is what is happening in this country. But a lot of investigations have to be made, and the final decision is going to be made about Mason Greenwood by the club. But it will be either him to stay or the club will terminate his contract, because they want to really digest everything and obviously bring it out all great. But if the club decides Greenwood to stay, I think he's having the best manager to handle such situations. As you saw, he handled the situation of Sancho. Sancho looked like he had really lost himself. That's it. He had really lost himself, but you saw him yesterday smiling with Ten Hag, obviously looking a happy boy, and the rehabilitation has really worked well on him. I believe Ten Hag knows the best place that can rehabilitate Greenwood to become the player that he was. He's just 21 years of age, turning 22 in November, and I don't know what the female fans of Manchester United are really thinking, because they are season ticket holders that might even pull out because Greenwood has been allowed to put on the shirt of United again. But it will depend on how the club is going to handle this situation. And we are not here to judge Greenwood. We wish the best for him. You know, every decision you make and take has its repercussions, pros and cons, coming through to follow up everything that you've been doing. So I believe Greenwood is now a free man. He has been acquitted of his allegations, because you are innocent, not until proven guilty. But where has it left Mason Greenwood as a person? He has gone out and really issued a statement, and let me flash it on the screen and see what Greenwood has really gone ahead to put out as a statement onto his. He was talking to the Sun, not so? Yep. He was talking to the Sun, and he told them the following, that I am relieved that this matter is now over, and I would like to thank my family, loved ones, and friends for their support. There will be no further comment at this time. This was a statement that was told him by his lawyers, that you have to keep quiet right now and let the law or the next step take its course. Why? There are people that might even come out and really demonstrate in England that why is Greenwood being acquitted of his charges that were allegations. But you should know that if the person who really took the case to police has gone ahead and really said, I'm not willing to stand in the dock to really give enough evidence pinning the victim. I think, is he the victim? What is he called? Prosecuted. I think he's the prosecuted. Then then he's guilty. Sorry, he's innocent. So let's not really blow it out of proportion. I know it's really touching, especially women. I saw people putting up posts that imagine if at all your girl child has been treated like that. But guys, let's be objective. Yeah, it is bad, but do you know that there are even men that are being beaten up by women? Men have been culprits of such beatings. So, women have always taken the number one priority on children in the Western world. But I believe this time round, the girlfriend looked through herself. They've been lovers till they are young. Since they were young, he's off the teenage age. I mean, Greenwood, maybe the girlfriend is still like 18. I think it looked like had destroyed the career of Greenwood, but maybe, you never know, Greenwood might find himself back onto his foot, and if at all he puts on a shirt for United again, I think it will be joy to some United fans, and to some United fans it's really going to be something annoying, because there are people that are really too sensitive about these matters and they've taken them deep. So let's wait and see how everything is going to go on and happen for Mason Greenwood. But obviously a statement has been issued by Mason Greenwood that he's going to be quiet for now. Obviously, let's wait and see what the proceedings are really going to be. Now, Manchester United, the club that he has really been playing for, and remember, this club included him in the Premier League squad of this season. That's it. Even they went ahead to keep his picture onto the website. They never gave away his shirt number 11, because very many players like Anthony would have loved to take on shirt number 11, but it was reserved for the boy. And that shows you how much the team of United really has put in their efforts to really stand in Mason Greenwood, because if United had really not submitted his name in the Premier League and obviously kept his photo onto the website, it would have been used as evidence that is pinning him that, you see, even United has really taken down your profile and everything from their website. That means you are really guilty. So I think they did the best thing. They've been giving him the required support. Obviously, they've been paying Mason Greenwood £78,000 a week. Till now, he's getting his salary from Manchester United because he's a contracted player to Manchester United. He's having his contract run down until 2025 with an optional year that United can trigger. So those are close to 2 years with Manchester United, and right now he's still having 2.5 years of his contract at Manchester United. So United are really waiting to see what they're going to go ahead and do. But I believe, let's give it time. Let's give it time and see, because I know time is the greatest healer. That's it. When it takes a lot of time, maybe people will forget. That's it, because we've seen people do weird things that have been forgotten and have been really acquitted of their charges, and people have really gone ahead to forget. Because right now, if you say Greenwood has returned to the training ground of Manchester United, people will come out and demonstrate, but you need it to pass. You need to pass. And when it passes, I think it will really give him the best that he deserves. Now, Manchester United has gone on its website and issued a statement that Manchester United notes the decision of the Crown Prosecution Service that all charges against Mason Greenwood have been dropped. The club will now conduct its own process before determining next steps. So, I don't know which type of investigations the club of Manchester United are really going to take on, especially as far as Greenwood is concerned. But all I know is that they are really going to be there to really do the needful that is really called for. So I believe it's not going to be something easy. It's not going to be something easy for Mason Greenwood, and United is really into a tight position to make a decision that won't hurt its fans and won't hurt its reputation as a brand of football, because United deals with close to, 100 brands, and they're brands that really don't go ahead and really accept men violating the rights of women. That's it. So that's why you saw to it that Nike pulled out immediately when Greenwood was really charged or put on these charges. Obviously, right now, I don't know what they're going to do, because if he's acquitted, then he's a free man. So let's wait and see what investigation are really going to come out through this, and then the club will really let us informed about Greenwood. But I don't see him return to Manchester United this season. If everything is done and dusted, I think he'll return to Manchester United in the preseason, but not now. I don't see him returning now. Then breaking: Mason Greenwood will not return to training on all play for Manchester United as the club conducts their investigation. That's what the club has really gone ahead to tell us, and obviously the investigation is going to be done. Then Melissa Reddy of Sky Sports has really come out alongside Simon Stone and told us the following: that the purpose of the internal investigation by the Manchester United team is to better understand the circumstances of the accusations that have been made against Mason Greenwood. So the club is really concerned about the charges, because you might bring back the player, integrate him in the team, and then the charges are really resurrected, all brought back to life, and you might go back to square one. Think the lawyers of United are really going to be so active onto this. I don't know which yardstick they're going to base on to really do the investigations, but all what I can confirm you is Greenwood is a free man. That's the best thing that every person will ever hear, because he was on the brink, he was on the verge of going to prison. That's it. If at all he was proved guilty. But thank God, he's back to his normal life. And obviously, we are waiting to see what the court is going to go ahead and what the investigation of United are really going to go ahead and really give out of all this. So we wait and see what it's going to be like. But Greenwood is a free man. That's it. Greenwood is totally a free man as we speak right about now. But last story, as we end up Mason Greenwood story, is simple. Raphael Varane thrown in the towel. The story came in France early this morning that he's considering to throw in a towel and really quit the national duty jobs. Age of 21, he has won everything that a player has to win in the world of football. He has won the World Cup, World FIFA, I think won it, UEFA Nations League. Has he won the Euros yet? 2016, they were beaten by Portugal. 2020, it was Italy. He has not won the Euros, but he has the biggest football honor. That is the World Cup. And that has really prompted him to really quit this. And obviously, he's out finally. And the statement he issued read as follows. Representing our country for a decade has been one of the greatest honors of my life. Every time I wore this very special blue jersey, I felt immense pride, the duty to give it all, play my heart out, and win every time we put on the field. I've been contemplating this for several months and deciding it's the right time for me to retire internationally. As a child, I remember following France's 1998, this team, these players who made us experience indescribable emotions. I dreamed of being our heroes, and 20 years later, I lived one of the best experiences of my life, the ones that made me really proud. We brought home the cup. I will never forget it. I will feel every single one of the emotions felt on that day, July 15th, 2018. That was one of the most amazing and memorable moments of my life. This victory that we won all together would never have been possible without the support of Didier Deschamps, every member of the management and staff over the years, and my teammates who have defended our shirt in every game we played. But more importantly, this victory would not have been possible without every single one of you supporting us along the way. And he said, celebrations, even after the defeat in the final last year with a beautiful course, you welcomed us as heroes when we returned. To each and every one of you, thank you 1,000 times. I'll miss these moments with you for sure, but the time has come for the new generation to take over. We have a bunch of talented young players who are ready to take over, who deserve a chance, and who need you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. That is Raphael Varane. And I wish African leaders could even go ahead and really know is that it's always good to retire when you're loved. He has retired after playing 2 consecutive World Cup finales, winning one and losing one, and he lost respectively because they lost on penalties. That is Rafael Varane, and that really shows you that it's going to be giving Manchester United more time. That really gives us the best. It's really rare for a player to retire at 29 years of age, especially while playing for the national team and being a regular starter, knowing that even if he's injured, the manager will call him to be part of the team, because remember, he reported to the national team duties when he was injured. He was in the process of really recovering from his injury. He really counted when you're playing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. That game ended 1-1. Remember, in the 58th minute, he lost his knee, and obviously he fell down and went crying. And obviously, that is Rafael Varane for you. But talking about other players that are really available, Saliba, Jules Koundé, Konate, Upamecano, I think there is a new breed of players that can really take on the French national team. So Varane retires from the national team football, and obviously he's here to really let us enjoy him and give most of his life to Manchester United. Thank you, Varane. I think many French fans would love him to stay, but he has left when you love him. That's it. I believe that should be a leaf copped by especially leaders, because leaders tend to be in power for so long. And if at all, I think was the vice captain of the French national team. That's it, if at all I'm not mistaken. So thank you guys for watching in through. Your reactions to Mason Greenwood, now a free man, are welcome in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about Varane retiring from international football? What does it mean to Manchester United, and how do we benefit in that? All that into the comment section below. I'm returning back with another video because we have been, every day we do 3 stories, and I had only done 1, meaning that I'm left with 1 to go after uploading this. May the Almighty bless you abundantly. Rokan David is my name. Don't forget to subscribe. I sign out for now. See you later, my lovely, lovely mate.